Hey, my name is Joachim, and I want to share my knowledge about clear resin, what works and what doesn't work, and also some of the brands that you can buy. And my story is that I wanted to make an engine that was clear and see-through so you can see all the parts moving. And it went quite well, as you can see in the picture, in the beginning at least. It was clear and everything was nice. And yeah, on top it's gray because I ran out of clear resin. So that's what can happen. Yes, but the next day, as you can see here, it turned yellow when it went into the sunlight, and it turned unclear, not so transparent anymore, as you will see in the two first pictures. The reason for that is because of the reason for the two issues is the yellowing. It's when the UV hardens the resin, then it will turn yellow. And the unclearness is actually due to the surface of the plastic or resin. It's on the printing layers, and on the other side is the part that touches the metal in the printer. That's at least what I believe. And this is yeah, it's not so much visible in the first one because there it's still like wet or dripping from the resin. But after curing and cleaning with alcohol, it will turn out like this. The white spots here is because I had to get the part off the building plate and also cut out these holes. So that's not part of the issue, if you want to say so, or if I should say so. But over here you saw the first thing I did was I found all my sandpaper. I had like from very low grit to very high grit up to a couple of thousands. I sanded it down, I polished it, and it became quite nice as you can see and clear. You see my thumb here. But that is only durable on very nice flat surfaces. It's much more hard when you suddenly get like cavities and round internal surfaces and other stuff like that. Yeah, so and I could have done it like more furry or better on all over the engine, but then it will still be very yellow and not so nice to look at. And it took a very long time. So I went on the internet to look for a uh, better product. I then tested all of these five, five different resins, but for brands. Yeah, um, and they all promise to be very nice and clear. But I'll show you my results. Okay, but before that, if anyone asks, I have a Phenom and I have an Anycubic Mono X printer. I don't think that has any influence on printing with clear resin. But yeah, that's what I have. Now to the test results. Okay, so here you see I printed two of each kind, and one was to have something to compare to the original one, and the other one was to make some testing on. So, but yeah, you have the Nova 3D high transparency first here. It's not clear, but it's nice color. And here you have the G217. It's quite clear actually, and it's a nice color, I think. Then you have Cytec Blue Clear version 2. It's also very clear, but it's not a nice color. In my opinion, it's too yellowish. And Cytec Simple Clear. I don't like the color either, and it's even more blurry than the version 2. Then we have PMA like. That reason is okay color actually. It's different from G217, but I also like this color. It's okay, and but it's not the best regarding clearness. Yeah, so that's how it is out of the box. Something to note is like if I made thicker test pieces, it would have been more unclear on all of them, and also the reason they are okay clear here and not on my engine is also because like here they're right on top of the ruler. That makes it more transparent. If you take them further apart, you will actually it will actually become more unclear. Yeah, and so I also tried with clear coat. So the theory behind using clear coat is you block the UV resin, UV that hardens the resin, that makes it more yellow in turn, and that should in theory help, but it doesn't really make a difference. When I tried testing it, I couldn't see differences. Also, I tried pre-oxide, and yeah, pre-oxide I saw on the internet that is used for like reversing the aging of white plastics, so old computer parts and stuff, or keyboards and stuff like that. You can actually like make them very white again, uh, and that is very nice for that purpose. But on this one, it couldn't reverse the process, and therefore it didn't make any difference. Also, just to be clear on the clear coat, it's maybe another brand would be better. I only tested this one, but I didn't test any others. But what I did do is try polishing using Dremel and also sandpaper, of course, and that do help. It's a little less controllable, but depending on the speed you use, of course. And yeah, here you also saw, see, I prepared for testing. I stuck some tape on it to split it into two different test parts. Okay, here are some of the examples of my testing results. So polishing up here is quite nice. Dipping resin is not that nice actually. And you see the same result on some of my other test pieces. Uh, the theory about dipping in resin after it's printed is that you create that liquid surface that should like even out and then harden. In reality, it doesn't do that. Like it just as you can see, it doesn't even out that nicely. And as you see here on the right side, you it it's try to make a little better picture here. Like that didn't even out enough. There's a big piece in the middle where it just like retracted from or something. And on the other one where it's a thicker layer, it just also didn't become totally flat but hardened. Yeah. And the story behind this picture is that I saw on the internet that you can reverse the yellowing effect by using hot water, almost boiling water, and that would change it. It actually does help and it's very nice, but it's not like a permanent solution. It goes back into being yellow again after some time. And also, if you do it too much, you like this part, you ruin your part, and yeah, it's not useful. Then the printing process. Of course, the resin you are using, you should heat it up to the correct temperature. You should shake it, and when you pour it in or you start using it, try not to have too many bubbles. And that's of course how you do with any resin. Yeah, and to end it off, I just want to say, hope it's any of my information is useful to someone and to the companies who make the resin. I think I hope they can make a better product and either change out the recipe or make it maybe a clear coat. If they made a clear coat that could probably block out the UV part that makes it yellow, at the same time make the layer thick enough so it would even out and remove all the cavities from printing process and make it more smooth. I think that could help, but I'm not an expert on this, so yeah. Time will tell when they make a nice, or when they are able to make a nice product.